Hey everybody, and welcome to another video for your healing and wellness journey. I hope that you have been existing, healing, and elevating. I am back today to talk to you about something that's super important. It's going to garnish very much so some of the things that we've heard in the past few days, and I want to really encourage you to take it in. It might be a little different, however, it's still really, really good advice, very good wisdom for you to take and to use to garnish your behavior. Are you ready? Let's go. Taking care of oneself does not negate the need of those around you. That quote is super amazing for the simple reason that we can often get so caught up in the extremities of self-care and radical self-care is a beautiful thing. However, everything needs to be sustained in moderation. And so if you are on this self-care journey and you've gotten to a place where yes, I've learned to affirm myself, I've learned to see value in myself, I've learned to not put myself last, I've learned to put things into proper priority, right? That's a beautiful thing. I want to warn you of the temptation of pride to not balance our self-care. Society will often put us in a position where it tries to convince us that we can't be moderate, we can't have middles, but the reality is we have to find balance, we have to find moderation, and I want to encourage you in that moderation because it's gonna bring a healthy self-care balance to you. You do not need to be all or nothing. And as much as, yes, we are not debating having to put ourselves in priority, we are not debating the need to feed back into ourselves, we are not debating the fact that we should love ourselves, we're not debating the fact that we need to spend time for ourselves, make time for things that give us joy, and do that unapologetically. However, pride would bring your heart into a position where it does no longer see the needs of others as a reason to make time. We can get so caught up in ourselves and so caught up in this radical self-care that we no longer see the needs of those around us. We no longer find opportunities to pour back or pour out into others, and that is wrong. Just because you need love, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden you don't have time and you don't make time to love the people around you. Rather, it is the love of ourselves that should recharge our capacity to be of service to those around us. And if we cannot be in service to those around us, then we are not being the kind of Christians and the kind of people that we ought to be. Your love, your salvation, your positivity, your benefits, your blessings are not just for you. God didn't just give them to you for your sake. God loves everyone. He wants us to be well-rounded. He wants us to be well-balanced, and he wants us to flow out. He wants us to pour out. In as much as God gave us Jesus and poured that love out through Jesus for us, he wants us to receive that love ourselves, and then pour love out into others. We're not living in a vacuum. You're not all by yourself. It's not all about you. It can't just be about you. It can't be wake up, go to sleep, all about me. I'm on my grind. I'm doing my thing. No. That's just not realistic. It's absolutely unrealistic. And I do not want anyone to take away from this journal or this process or this experience that all the love that I have developed and gained is just for me. No, it's for you and to empower you so that you can give it to others. If I kept all of this knowledge and all of this wisdom bottled up for myself, it wouldn't be the same. And there is a joy and a blessing in giving, and God has positioned us to be givers. There's blessings for givers. Greater is it to give than to receive. He says it to us himself. And so we don't want to put ourselves in a position where we're no longer allowing ourselves to be a pipeline because we want to store up all the blessings for ourselves. That is the biggest disservice you can do. I don't know if you've ever seen a pot or Like, I want you to think of a tub or a pool or a container of water, and you fill that container with water, and it just sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there. Eventually, that water gets grimy. Eventually, it's full of bacteria. There's no flow. But when you think of a pipe, everything that comes in goes out, and that pipe is continuously refreshed. There's continuously water going through it. It always has water, but it's managing to always have that water fresh because it's pouring out, it's pouring out, it's pouring out, it's pouring out. And when you put that wonderful fresh water, that water garnished with love, that water garnished with self-kindness, that water garnished with self-care, that water garnished with spending time in the presence of God, that beautiful, refreshing water, when you fill yourself up with that, if you hoard that, one, you're not getting a refresh, you're just holding on to what you have. So you're not getting fresh manna, you're not getting that fresh stuff, you're just hoarding. And second, when you let yourself be a pipeline, that fresh is always coming in and it's going out, and there's room for more, and there's room for new, and there's room for mature, and there's room for develop, and there's room, and then yet you're still managing to give, to pour out, to love on others. And so that is really beautiful. That is really beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. And I want to encourage you to do that. Do that. Do that. Because that is what this is all about. And if everybody pours into everyone else, no one goes thirsty. No one goes dry. No one goes hungry. Why? Because we're taking care of one another. So I'm going to reiterate this statement for today. Taking care of oneself does not negate the needs of those around you. Put systems in place that allows you to love yourself well and then give that love to others. God bless you. I hope that this has been encouraging and sobering, and iron should sharpen iron. We should seek to develop. We should seek to become more mature. We should seek to be more precise in the way we do things. And I'm glad and I hope that this book, this journal, this process is doing that for you as it's done for me. God bless you and keep you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.